Be careful when someone is always coming to you to feed you with stories. You have to be careful because at the beginning, it looks as if the person cares about you, the person loves you, the person have you at heart, the person have your interests. And at that beginning, it looks interesting. But trust me, with time, when someone is always coming to feed you with stories, something is really going to shift in your life. And what is that? Your thoughts. You get to realize that your thinking is no longer yours again. You are reasoning based on the information the person have been feeding you frequently. And that is why you have to really be careful. You have to, because when someone is always coming to you to feed you with stories, the problem that you are going to have is you are going to lose who you truly are. You will lose your identity, your sense of reasoning. Now, when someone comes to always feed you with stories, you need to be careful because you will start seeing this world and people through them. I mean, they will not be like the glasses that helps you to see clearly. And they always come with these stories, and these stories that they come, they have an interior motive. They have bad intentions. They always have something behind the stories. They always come to give you. And so you have to really be careful with them. You have to, because when you keep giving people room or someone room to always come and feed you with stories, you will get to see that the stories they are coming to feed you with, they are biased stories, because they are stories that always paint them as the good guy. They are the stories that always makes them to be seen as the hero or the victim. And so the fact is, some people don't really know how to argue to win you to their side, but then they are specialists when it comes to storytelling to buy you over. And so you have to really be careful. And when you talk about someone coming to feed you with stories, don't think that is a woman's thing. Back at those days when Aporoko was meant for the ladies, now some men do Aporoko more than even women do. And so don't look at it that when it comes to story feeding or Aporoko as commonly used in Nigeria, you will feel that is something that should always come from the female folks. But I want to tell you that it is not like that. Nowadays, some men carry stories more than even ladies. And this is from my experience. I am not really generalizing, but from my experience, I've come to realize that story carrying or feeding you with story in order to poison your heart is not only done by ladies. Even men are doing it nowadays, and they are doing it more effectively than even the ladies. Now, I am not gender biased. Trust me, I am just explaining to you from my own point of view, from the way I see things plain. Okay? Now, you might want to ask yourself, when someone is always coming to feed you with stories, why are they doing that? What is making them to choose you to start coming to tell you stories? They always come to you to tell you stories, and that is because they want to have access to you. They want to start controlling you. They want to start manipulating you silently. And so they come to feed you with cooked stories. They come to feed you with stories that will make them to be able to silently start controlling your feelings and your emotions towards someone or towards people. Most times, they come with these stories because they want to really poison your heart against someone or people. And so they come with these stories, always coming to feed you. And they feed you these stories concerning a particular person or concerning a group of people. And each time they come, they have stories concerning that particular person. And why are they always telling you stories about a particular person when they are so specific about a particular person? Meaning, they want to be in charge, they want to control you indirectly. You will feel, how you will see this person. And so they feed you with all sorts of story concerning this person so that they'll be able to indirectly control your feelings and your emotions towards this person. Now, the second reason why they always come to you to feed you with stories is because they want you to their side. They want to win you to their side. Trust me, people or someone might see you being friendly with someone, being good with someone, and then they want you over to their side. And so, what do? They will come to start feeding you stories concerning that person, spoiling that person before you, telling you, look at what this person said, look at what this person is doing. And then, because they are frequently telling you stories about this person, they will make you to have this feeling that they care about you, they love you more than that person, and they mean well for you. They are here to protect you. They want you to be on their side. And sometimes people always come to feed you with stories. They want you on their side because they've seen value in you. They know that you are an asset. And so if you can be on their side, you are really going to add value to them. And so they don't know how to get you to their side. And so they come with this trickish attitude of always feeding you with informations about a particular person, about a group of people, so that you can now be on their side. Now, the third reason why they always come to feed you with stories is because they are trying to protect their image. They are trying to make people to view them in a particular way. And so what they want to achieve, they can't achieve it on their own. They can achieve it through you. And so they want to enter you. And so they come with all manner of stories concerning someone or people. And then they win you to their side. And because you are on their side, you will now be protecting their image because they will now be acting through you. Now, they don't want to be seen as a bad person. They want to be seen as a good person. Now, they will enter through you to achieve that goal. And so they don't want to tarnish their image, but they will always push you to do things, and then they will be hiding at your back. And so you have to be really careful when someone is so particular about always coming to tell you stories about someone or people. It will look harmless. It will look as if it is because they care. But trust me, there is always something beneath that story that they are always telling you. Now, I want to share this, my personal experience with you, okay? Now, there is this particular man that always tells me a story of someone. And every time this man comes, this man keeps on telling me story concerning this particular person. And the person that is telling me the story, at first I thought the person cares because the person started with telling me other stories and then making me to be used to the person, making me to be familiar to the person, making me to be free with the person. And then when I became free and then relaxed with this person, thinking the person is someone good, Then the person shifted the story to be hitting on a particular person. Every time this person brings up story concerning a particular person, and I started having negative thoughts towards this person, and then I quickly relaxed and sat back, and I told myself, why is even this person always telling me stories concerning this person? Why is this person always wanting me to take action against this person? Why is this person being particular about this particular person only and not others? I told myself, this kind of story, this pattern this man is bringing is not a good one. He has a secret agenda behind these stories. And so when he noticed that the actions he wants me to take, I am not taking it. He told me that why am I slacking? I know I am being used, that I am just being used, that I am not benefiting. That look at what this person is benefiting. Look at the things that this person is benefiting. And the person told me, in short, I am tired of you, Seth. I am trying to help you. I am trying to make you to see reasons why you need to fight for your rights, yet you are not serious about it. It is looking as if I am the one that is even carrying everything on the head. That I'm just trying to look out for your good. I am just trying to open your eyes so that you'll see what is happening in case you don't see. And I told the person, I cannot have problem with the person you want me to have problem with. My blessing is not tied to a particular place. My blessing is not tied to someone. My blessing can come from anywhere. And whatever that is due me, whatever that God has handed over to me, no one can take it from me. And so if someone is being favored, I shouldn't be angry about that. After all, I am praying for God to also bless me. And the Bible made me to understand that when I rejoice with someone that is rejoicing, I will be blessed also, and others will rejoice with me. And so, why should I be angry because someone is being favored, because someone is being blessed? I should rather pray for my own. But then, I am not in competition with anyone. I am not struggling with anyone for anything. Whatever that is due me at the right time, it will come to me. Destiny delayed is not denied. And the person was weak. Say now what for me, oh, that I always think differently. I said, yes, this is my kind of person. And so the person knew that what the person wanted me to do would not work. And that is how the person stopped coming to feed me stories with this particular person. Now, a second experience I had was in my neighborhood. There is this my neighbor that we are close to a particular woman in the neighborhood together. And this woman, this lady started feeding me stories with that my neighbor that we are both close to. And then I never knew that as she's coming to feed me stories, she was also going to feed the woman with stories. And then she had been feeding me with stories. She said, it's only you that used to go to her house. She don't used to come to your house. And even when she's passing at your place, she will just throw her face at the other side of the road and pass so that you will not recognize her. I said, maybe she's in a haste. Maybe she's hurrying to go to somewhere. But who cares? We are not age mates. And so even if I am the only one going to see her, I don't care. And so she saw that her stories that she's coming to feed me wasn't working. And then she stopped. And later on, with time, my neighbor now told me what she used to feed her also. Because my neighbor now opened to me why this particular young lady started having an affair with her husband. And so because she was having an affair with her husband, in order to cause distraction between our three, she started feeding me and the other woman with stories so that we will be in a state of confusion so that we can be enemies, so that she can distract the woman's attention to know what she's doing with her husband and then focus on me. But at the end of the day, we got to realize who she truly was. And so, with this, my experience, what am I trying to say? Sometimes when people come to feed you with stories, they also carry what you talk and then go back to the person to tell the person that look at what Dora said about you. And when that person says something, they will still come back to tell you, look at what this person said about you, Dora. And at the end of the day, they will carry two people's head and be knocking. That is what most persons specialize. I don't know what they are really benefiting from feeding people with stories and knocking each other's head. I don't know what they are deriving, but they are just fond of doing things like this. And that is why when you see that someone is always coming to you to feed you with stories, don't just start overreacting that, so this is what someone said about me. I would mean, when they come to feed you with stories, calm down, filter the story they are telling you, and look at the situation critically to know the reason why they are coming to feed you with this story. And when the story is always to a particular person or group of people, always be careful. Know that there is something behind that storytelling. They are not coming to you, feeding you those stories because they really care about you. They are selfish. They are doing that for their own reason, for their own interest. Sometimes they want to achieve a goal, and so they start feeding you stories. They want to get back at someone, and they can only achieve that through you. Sometimes they don't have the guts, they don't have what it takes to retaliate or fight against that person. And so they want to fight against the person through you. And so they will start feeding you stories concerning this person. And trust me, they will start manipulating you silently, secretly unknowing to you. You will feel they care about you, but they will be manipulating you, using you to achieve their dreams and goals in life. Be careful when someone is always coming to feed you with stories. Don't feel that this person really cares about you. They have interior motive. Most of the stories are cooked. Sometimes those things don't really happen. They are saying those stories because they want you to be provoked so that you will act in a manner that they want. They are the manipulators of your life when you allow them to start feeding you with stories. Now, I want you to know that someone feeding you stories, it can be in your neighborhood, it can be in your family, it can be in your workplace, it can be in your religion house. And so you have to really be careful with people that always come around to feed you with stories. The stories that they are telling you, most times they are cooked, they are lies. They are just doing those things so that they can really set confusion and create problem for you. They feed you with stories, and then their motive is for you to start having negative thoughts, bad mind against that person. And trust me, you are not ready to start creating enemies for yourself that you will regret later. If you listen to everyone that comes feeding you with stories, you are really going to put yourself into trouble. Now, I isolate myself from people that are of that nature, because when you give them room in your life to start feeding you with story, they will make you look like you are jobless. They can come to you in 1 hour, in 2 hours. They are busy brainwashing you on a particular person, on a particular group of people. Why are they doing that? They want you to have a particular feeling towards those people. A lot of people are creating enemies for themselves. Unknowingly to them, because of the stories they have been hearing. And that is why sometimes you will just be imagining, you will greet someone and someone will not respond well to you. You'll be relating to someone and the person is not free to you. You don't know that someone have been feeding that person with so much negative information about you to that person. And because the person cannot confront you, what did they do? Indirectly, body language with their attitude, they start showing you attitude. They start being mean to you, and you will be wondering, what have I done to this person? What on earth have I done to this person? I have not offended this person. Why is this person behaving like this towards me? You don't know that someone have fed the person with enough stories about you. And most times they won't come to ask you, now, what is the action step you will take to stop someone like this from coming to feed you with stories? How can you stop them? Because you don't have time. The time you have is to self-develop yourself into who you will be and into whom you are becoming. And so don't waste your time. Don't give your time to people like this to start feeding you with stories that will not add value to your life. And so how can you really put a stop to someone that will be coming to feed you with stories? Hello, listen attentively. I want to share with you the way I used to stop them. I don't quarrel with them. I don't want them. But my body language and everything, the way I used to respond to them, make them to stop coming to feed me with stories. Number one way, and this is fire that you can really use to stop them, to start to come and be feeding you stories that will make you to start hating someone or having bad mind towards someone, is what? When they tell you a story concerning a particular person or a group of people, you know what? You tell them that, okay, I have heard what you said. I am going to ask the person that you told me that this is that. If you want to know that the person does not mean well for you, the person will say, I did not tell you to tell the person. I just told you. I beg, no tell the person. I beg, if it's like that, leave it. You will know that the person just coming to be feeding you those stories so that you can start fighting against that person. If the person is serious, that what the person is telling you happened or is real, let the person accept that you should ask the person in concern and then call the person's name. If the person say, don't call my name, I beg, or you leave it, you know that that person does not mean well for you. Now, the second thing that you are going to do is, when this person comes and feed you with the story, you make the person to understand that you don't really care. Tell the person that you don't care, that you've heard what the person said, but you don't care about what the person wants to do to you. And so if you say that, it is meaningless for you to be telling someone's story and the person said the person does not care, that the person will not do anything. So no need. The person will shamelessly stop feeding you with stories. Now, the next thing that you are going to do when someone comes always to feed you with stories is this. When someone is always coming to feed you with stories and you want to stop the person, the third thing you are going to do is you start self-distancing yourself from the person. Don't give the person the room to start telling you stories. When you know that the person have come, just briefly talk to the person and make the person know that you want to do something, you are busy, you want to go to somewhere. Give the person one excuse that will make you leave the person. And when this thing continues one time, two times, three times, the person will know that you are trying to avoid them. And when you do this, you did not tell the person that stop to come and tell me stories, but the person will know that you don't give the person the room to do that. And the person will shamelessly stop coming to tell you stories. And if you are so bold and courageous, then you have to go for this fourth step. When the person comes to tell you stories, tell the person that I want you to stop coming to feed me with stories. I am not interested. Stop it. If you come the next time to feed me with story concerning this particular person or this group of people, I am going to have serious problem with you. Stop it. If you don't have anything meaningful to come to me or to come to where I am to discuss with me, then leave it. Don't come and feed me with stories that will make me to create enemies for myself. The person will be ashamed of him or herself, and then the person will stop coming to feed you with those stories. And sometimes a bonus step, you can ask the person, you are always coming to tell me stories about this particular person or this group of people. What is your interest in this matter? When you ask this person this singular question, you will see the answer, you will see the manner, you will see the attitude of the person, and then you will know whether this person is for real or not. I am not saying that when someone comes to tell you a story or something that everyone have a negative intention. No, some persons might have heard someone planning bad against you, you understand, or they have observed something bad going on around you that you've not really noticed, and so they would tell you. But it is left for you to handle it with wisdom. When someone comes to tell you a story, you wouldn't know whether it is for your own good or not. And so how are you going to do that? You apply wisdom. When someone comes to tell you a story, you wouldn't know at first what is the intention of the person, whether the person means good for you or not. So what are you going to do? You are going to apply wisdom and then cool down and look at the whole scenario, analyze it, and see how you will be able to know if the person meant well for you or not. Yes. And so, what I want you to take home is this: whenever someone comes to tell you a story, watch carefully to know if the person is telling you the story based on the person being the hero or being the victim, or if the person is being biased. And be watchful. Don't jump into conclusion when someone comes to feed you with stories. Don't jump into conclusion. Be able to control your feelings and your emotions. Okay, it is very important. Control your feelings and your emotions. When they come telling you stories, you know what you do to make the person feel bad. When the person tell you the story, talk, 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 and they are done talking, what are you going to do? You will say nothing. When you don't say a word, sometimes they will push you. They say, so what do you have to say now? What are you going to do? Say you will think about it and leave the person that way. And trust me, when you do this 2, 3, 4 times, nobody will tell the person that you don't send, you don't have time, you are too busy for those type of things, and the person will truly let you be. My beloved friend, be careful when someone is always coming to feed you with stories. Be careful. Don't just jump into conclusion. If you've had an experience of this nature, I want you to please drop it in the comment section. Let's rub minds together. Let's share our experiences so that someone can learn from it, so that I too can learn from it, because no one is an island of knowledge. We are all learning. Nobody knows it all. I am here speaking to you not because I have it all figured out, not because I am perfect. I am learning every day from the mistakes I make, from the mistakes of others, to become a better version of myself. And that is why any little thing I know, I like to come here to share with you, because you are the friend I've come to know, and I am addicted to discussing with you. I will see you in my next video. Don't go nowhere.